Welcome back into the QB Huddle Podcast. It's Tuesday. It's lunchtime. I am Tim. I am joined by Lo and Brandon on either side of me. You can reach out to Lo on TikTok at 4th and Low. You can reach out to Brandon at B Nui at TikTok, and you can reach out to me at Tim Jitsu. How are y'all doing this morning?
We're good, man.
Great, man.
Ready to roll. Super Bowl Sunday ahead.
Right? Yeah. It's Super Bowl week. It doesn't feel like Super Bowl week. It kind of feels kind of weird. The Pro Bowl hasn't even been played yet. Won't be played till tonight. That's weird. Hey, this podcast is produced by New Era Media, syndicated on allaccessfootball.com, and we are part of the Fan Stream Sports Network. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button, get all of our content. Gentlemen, it's Super Bowl week. We're excited. We've had 18 plus weeks of football. It all comes down to this Sunday. Of course, only Lauren has a dog in the fight this week. The 49ers at home, the Bears at home, Cowboys at home, Titans at home, but the Patriots are playing the Broncos. But we're not here to break that game down, actually. We're going to do that on Sunday morning. What we're going to do today is talk a little bit of recap, talk a little bit about what happened throughout this 2025 season that was oh so exciting. We have a few hot topics, and then Sunday morning we'll be back. And we'll break it all down, and Lo can tell us why New England's going to win this game. I think Brandon wants New England to win this game as well. That's what he told me this morning. But anyway, we're going to go through a little recap. Everybody good with that? Yeah? Yeah? Everybody excited? Let's get started. All right, let's get started. Kind of a little bit of a round table. We're just going to go through some questions. What was the best play of the year by a quarterback in 2025I? Lauren, you got a big smile on your face.
No, that's hard. That's hard. I mean, we're going to go around town. I'm sure we got a few, but I won't do the obvious in the room. But let's do a fairly recent one for me, and it's because it's within division. I'll start it off. It's your boy, which he probably mentioned a lot because, again, he touches the ball every play. He has a 90-something% production. It's Josh Allen, man. The eight-yard tush push. I'm sorry. That is the best play that I have seen because I think felt that for
16 yards, by the way.
It was 8 before. It was 8 yards at least before like contact. And then they came, and then it's pushing the pile. To me, here's why. Because I felt that Josh Allen's in the division. He's done this many, many times before, but the world got to see it. The Jaguars had never seen it. It was a great feeling to know, now y'all know what it's like having to do this twice a year. 3 if you make the playoffs, and have to look forward to a 12-year span, right? Come on, he's up the middle, boom, boom, bang, 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 hits them, drives them, drops down. Yeah, crazy. Bills, crazy playoff game. If you ask me, right down the middle, come on. That's a touchdown too.
I got you. I mean, if you would listen, last year, I think Josh Allen had the play of the year without question, right? When he throws the ball, was it Amari Cooper catches it? Amari Cooper pitches it back to Josh Allen. Josh Allen runs for a touchdown in the snow. But the tush push, okay. I mean, that's your prerogative.
It was cool. That's the best play I've seen. If there's others, and I'll probably double back as I'm thinking about it. But off the top of my head, I'm sorry. If I told someone, had a QB sneak for about 16.
Okay, but that involves a lot of people. I'm going to take you to Chicago because in one game, Caleb Williams rolling out to the left as a right-hander off 1 foot, Jordan throws the ball. It's completed. That's not the best play of the year because the next week, Caleb Williams has to scramble backwards about 40 yards, throws a bomb. Cole Kmet catches the ball in the back of the end zone and puts the Bears game into overtime with the Rams. To me, hands down the best play maybe I've ever seen in my life, but definitely the best play of 2025 to me. Definitely. Brandon's just sitting there thinking. He's got something.
Well,
he's like,
best plays of the year. I mean, the tush push to me that's an egregious one.
What?
That's terrible.
Y'all don't understand.
I get it.
All the time. I felt it. To me, but there was others. Cam Ward's first touchdown,
something like that to a degree.
Yeah, Cam Ward's first touchdown, cross body, the crazy one, terrible play, but great play for a quarterback.
Yeah, just something you don't do.
These are just at my head. Yeah,
I got you. To me, the best play of the year was by a quarterback. Caleb Williams. I think to attest to what you were saying, in the divisional round where he made that miraculous throw, I don't think anybody's ever seen that before. But there's one that goes back. I think it was on a Saturday Night Football. And I think we're at Tim's house. It's a Christmas party. And the Bears are driving down again. And he throws this deep post to DJ Moore on a dot with seconds left in the game. I mean, to me, that was
against Green Bay.
Against Green Bay, a team they always get whooped. They're always losing.
We didn't have to add that.
Finally got over that hump there. But, man, I would say to me that was the best play of the regular season.
Okay.
And obviously, Caleb had a couple of more in the postseason. So, yeah.
Well, sounds to me like we've got 2 for Caleb, 1 for Josh Allen. Sounds like we're going to get a lot more from Caleb as the years pass. Okay, we got to talk about the bad since we talk about the good. What was the worst play by a quarterback? Before you answer, you out there watching, let us know what was your favorite play of the year by a quarterback, and what was the worst play in your opinion by a quarterback? Lauren, you look like you're itching to talk, man. What was the worst play by a quarterback this year? I've got one. Once again, it happened in the playoffs, but you go first.
2 turnovers on 1 play. Jalen Hurts.
Yes, I forgot about that one.
Dang, that's the one I had, man.
Oh, really? I mean, it's a common one. It comes right out.
It comes
right out. Dude,
I mean,
the pass was intercepted. Exactly. It makes you look and think, what happened? I'll tell you. Don't worry, world. His pass was intercepted, right? Then the interceptor, he was stripped. Hurts recovered the loose ball and then has an opportunity to make something else happen and fumbles it again before being recovered. It's one of the most bizarre. I think if there's another play like it, I want to look that up too. So it had to be a first in the NFL, and a first, and it was the worst. But I mean, dude, this year it was pretty tough. There's a lot of them. You can stack them up, and I will say honorable mention again. I'll keep it divisional today. Pick any Tua's turnover games. It's horrendous, dude. He's throwing the ball to no one. Troy Aikman on live television straight up said, "Hey, I'm not sure where he's throwing it." He didn't even know what to say because there's no one there. He's trying to figure out somebody, and there's no one in the area. Tua's like this. Look, he's throwing this way. He doesn't. He's very smooth when he's good, though. Tua's highlight reel is actually pretty impressive, but the low light is pretty bad, too.
The low light also impressive. I've got Josh Allen in the playoffs in Denver right before half. Not a lot of time left, right? Close game. And my man running around, loaf of bread, left hand, ball slips out of his hands. Denver picks it up, scores a touchdown right before half, and goes on to win that game. Otherwise, I don't think they win that game. I don't think the Patriots are in the Super Bowl. I think the Bills are. And Josh Allen literally fumbled the bag. He fumbled the Super Bowl away against the Denver Broncos. To me, that was the worst play at the worst moment in 2025. Brandon, you had Jalen Hurts.
Yeah,
do you have another
I
play
had
in mind?
Hurts' play, but I would say you go and watch J.J. McCarthy's film, and that'll tell you the worst play of the year. That's his play was pooch.
He definitely had a couple of honorable mentions for me.
Yeah, he
one was the pick six that never happened.
Some of the multiple pick sixes, just the sacks. I would say even Justice Herbert's playoff game was horrendous. Dude was stepping in, running into sacks. I don't have one particular play outside of Jalen Hurts, but man, you just go look at those 2 performances, and even Geno Smith's,
all season,
led the league all season. It's just, and I look at that, not particular play outside of Jalen Hurts, but yeah, as far as overall, those 3 guys, holy. And
the fact that Jalen Hurts came up, the fact that Jalen Hurts play came up, and we didn't speak about it or talk about it, that tells you something. It was pretty bad. Yeah, it
was bad. It was bad. There's no denying that.
Imagine that QBR. Imagine that QBR. Like you just get picked and fumbled in the same play. How does that count? Like on one attempt, dude.
We love it. All right, fellas. Outside of quarterback, which position group to you made the biggest difference in 2025? And we may have to look at that position group a little differently moving forward. There's been a couple position groups that have been forgotten about and put to the wayside. So, to that end, outside of quarterback, which position group was the biggest difference maker to you, Brandon Newhey?
Offensively or defensively?
Doesn't matter. Position group, period.
D-line, man.
I'm with you 1,000%.
Win championships, man. Even if you go back to college, even if you go in the college football playoffs, those trenches are amazing. You go to the NFL, the trenches is what wins. You got 2 teams in the Super Bowl. Their trenches are fire. So I think D-line really plays a big role outside of quarterback for sure.
I'm with you. I think the defensive line is showed that they are maybe just as important, especially defensively, as the quarterbacks. Because what do you have to do is get after the quarterback and stop the run game, and that comes to defensive line and linebackers. And the D lines, look who's in the Super Bowl, right? Look who went deep in the playoffs. The teams with the best defensive lines up front.
Yep. And get after the quarterback.
You disagree with us.
I'm halfway in, halfway out, because this responsibility, in my opinion, I'm an offensive player, and this is a quarterback-driven show. But the O-line, they're the biggest difference maker, good and bad and ugly this year. They've been easily the recipient of. I had edge rushers. They come to mind too. So D-line, interior, exterior, where they move them around. But I get that. But this one, I'm always on the solution, and the solution is the O-line. This is where you can patch this up. And I would say, look at the teams that are in the Super Bowl, and it kind of breaks my argument, because my own team does not have a very good offensive line statistically in the regular season. It's at the bottom of pressures. Drake May has the top 4 in pressures and sacks, and so it's tough. It's a parity here. I don't want to say it's just on edge rushers, man. The O-line is good or bad and ugly. That indicates too, but that's just what popped in my head to you. I'm gonna go off the script, if you will. Wide receiver 1. They're mine. That group. So when it's a group, I'm not talking about a group of guys. I'm talking about the wide receiver 1 position this year has been huge difference maker, because not all wide receiver 1s come in the same forms and fashion, right? Look at Ted. That's a wide receiver 1. That's a wide receiver 1 that impacted the Panthers. Are we going to sit here and say it was all Bryce Young? That guy entered the chat, if you will. Justin Jefferson, or lack thereof. He couldn't do it. He couldn't get it done with the quarterback at the helm. McCarthy, shout out McCarthy. Stephon Diggs, found him a young gun, right? He's making the most of it. Another failure, in my opinion, is Keenan Allen. I don't care what team you're on. Keenan Allen is your number 1. Mike Evans, good number 1. Keenan Allen, though, he couldn't get that relationship with Herbert or something. Not in those moments. Not in those moments when he wanted it. So, wide receiver 1, man. Wide receiver 1. I like that. I'm looking Jackson Smith and Jigba, all right? That's wide receiver 1. DK Metcalf. There's established new wide receiver 1s and others that have fallen to the wayside.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I can go with you on that. Wide receiver 1. I'm actually going to talk about a wide receiver 1 here in a little bit. Which player or players in your mind, speaking of wide receiver 1, played themselves into a new contract this season? There's a few guys out there. I'm going to start here in Dallas. I'm going to say George Pickens certainly played his way into a lucrative long-term deal with somebody. Not sure if it's going to be here in Dallas. He was asking for it last night on camera, saying, hey, give me Micah's money. Micah was standing right there, by the way, on crutches. The look on his face was priceless. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I got George Pickens, man. He certainly played himself into, to me, a long-term contract. Brandon shaking his head, yes. Do you have anybody else besides George? He might be the most obvious. We can't hear you, my friend.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
You on mute.
There we go.
Bryce Young, man. I think what he did with the Panthers, he elevated them. Obviously, that team, he's got some surrounding pieces. He's got a second-year head coach. He was benched. He came back. He fought. Got him into the playoffs. Won his division. Had some pretty good games. I think that extension would help, but I don't think a $60 million deal. I just hope he gets a fair deal. That's all. Okay. Who's another one? Who's another one that we can think of right now?
Man, I got a combo of guys when I started thinking about backup QBs and stuff. Mac Jones and Malik Willis.
Those guys.
They could get a new contract, whether extensions, whether it's a trade and sign and trade, something like that. For sure.
How about I've got 2 other guys for you. 2 young quarterbacks that I think both franchises should shore up in long-term deals next year. If the salary cap, if it makes sense for that. But I would say Drake May and Caleb Williams played themselves into long-term franchise deals with both of their teams.
Get paid early.
Those guys
solidified
themselves. Yes. Get it in now, because if you wait for 2 years from now, that market is going to get a lot steeper. You know what I'm saying?
70, $80 million.
Yeah, do it now.
Dude, we might talk about it later too. I know we might talk about it later, but Bo Nix has the same opportunity. Or does he?
Well, we're going to talk about that.
I know.
Somebody's going to have to go in Denver, in my opinion. But we'll talk about that here in a little bit. That's actually on the docket. While we're on the subject, Caleb and Drake May, obviously, which other quarterbacks took the biggest leap in 2025? Lauren, let's start with you. We already talked about your quarterback, but anybody else in your opinion took a leap?
Yeah, his freaking opponent, Sammy D. So Drake, the two Super Bowl quarterbacks, man, they took huge leaps forward. You know, one a resurgence and one a different, both of them in there. So Drake May, but Sam Darnold, bro, I don't think anyone can say anything about big games anymore. He let him. I don't care how you get there. He's doing his part. All Super Bowl teams have good defenses. Like, he's doing his thing and did it in the season, back-to-back seasons, and got a little further. So it's about progress, be better. He went to a total different scenario. He already has his contract. The confidence is there. Year one in a 4-year contract? Yeah, that's a huge leap for the organization too, not just for him.
Okay. All right. Well, who you rolling with, Brandon? Outside of those three, anybody else in your opinion take a big leap this year?
Man, I'd say Bo Nix, man. I don't think a lot of people were talking about him. He was the first quarterback to 25 wins in his class. And, now that he's reached the playoffs, he's had some success. Unfortunately, he has a broken foot. But, man, when the pressure was on, he arrived. I think he led a 28-point comeback in regular season. So for this second-year guy to be doubted, especially by his coach, and still overcome those things, I think, man, he's taken a tremendous leap from where he was last year.
Yeah, so all the young quarterbacks outside of Jane Daniels seem to have taken a big leap.
He got hurt.
I'd also like to point out the Prince down there in Jacksonville, to me, took a little bit of a leap. Trevor Lawrence, right? He was actually got his team in a position now, blew it in that first playoff game, but he drew the Bills. And Josh Allen actually played really well in that game. But on that stance, which quarterback did take a step back, right? I'm going to say Tua and Jane Daniels to me were the two guys, and I get health, but you know what? Some of that is on you. Sometimes you have to protect yourself, and some of these young quarterbacks, Jackson Dart, aren't very good at that. Jaden Daniels, to me, took a huge step back. When he was playing, he didn't look like himself from last year, and then he got himself hurt. If you're not available, what good are you to the franchise? So, that's, and Tua has essentially, to me, played himself out of the Miami Dolphins completely. I know that, Lo, you see Tua a lot in your division, so you agree with this.
Yeah.
Who else you got is taking a big step backwards in 2020?
I mean, the obvious was Tua's, Geno Smith, dude. That was. I don't care about the situation. A lot of people try to give him a break, but this is bad. There's certain times where we look at it and it's bad. I get it. Some of it, I'll even give you half of it, even half. If he just takes away half of his stats that were negatively impacted, interceptions, fumbles, all that, it's still terrible. It wasn't a decrease in volume. It was bad. So I'm curious to see what that looks like. Man, Justin Herbert, sorry, took a step back. You know what I mean? In my opinion, he didn't go forward. And he's not one of those guys that has a lot of time. I said it in the beginning, and I said it all year. This was his make or break year, and he kind of treaded water, if you ask me. We'll get into that later too, but here comes McDaniel. There's zero excuses now. This dude is a head coach that's OCing now. He's good coming in there. Herbert can't. This is it, man. I don't know how many more runs he gets, but similar to Trevor Lawrence, he took a leap forward. So yeah. And then of course you mentioned him earlier, so hopefully you were going with it, Newey. Hopefully I lead you into it. But JJ McCarthy.
Well,
how are we going to say the kid took a
given McCarthy and guys like Jackson Dart? I think you give those guys grace in their first year. I think we give them grace. Yeah, we beat them up, but there's a couple guys we're really not talking about, and I may get some heat for this, but I'll start off now with CJ Stroud. He hasn't been the same since Tank Dell got hurt. If you guys all noticed that, he has not been the same. Step back. So he needs to go speak with a psych man and get his mental right and come back, because he was very sharp his first year. I'm also talking about another one, Kyler Murray. Availability and consistency issues. You tend to have a fast start during the first quarter of the season, and then when Call of Duty comes out, I'm not saying that's who he is but there's some
Could
sort
be.
of
Distractions increase. Distractions increase.
I don't know, man, if it's a long-term fit for Kyler in Arizona. I hear he wants out. You've obviously mentioned Tua and Justin Herbert. I don't think there's regression with Justin Herbert. It's just stagnant. Like,
treading water.
It's just is this just who he is at this time?
They needed to go forward. They needed to move forward to me. So
Yeah,
if he didn't move forward, they needed to go. It's a step backwards.
And another one, man, this is my guy. I rock with him. He's the reason why I like OU football. Baker Mayfield. Is this his ceiling?
Oh, that's tough.
Has his ceiling been reached?
Is he just an exciting player to watch?
Early in the season, he tends to go cold in games sometimes, right? Granted, he didn't get his team in the playoffs. That's his first time. But it's just, if you're going to play a weaker division, you've got to lead that. You've got to.
Tampa went through a lot this year, though, with injuries. At one point, he lost his entire
through a lot.
receiver core.
We're talking.
At one point, the dude lost his whole core.
Hold on, man. I'm trying to make my point. If we're talking about franchise quarterbacks, when shit hits the fan, you got to find a way to elevate. He hasn't necessarily elevated during those moments. And it's really time to have that conversation. As much as we want to praise Baker Mayfield, he should be one of the quarterbacks that is in this playoff. Because to be honest, this is probably the easiest it's going to get.
Okay.
To get to the Super Bowl.
How about another OU quarterback? And I'm going to argue he didn't regress. I'm going to say that the rest of the team didn't play as good as they have in the past, so his flaws were magnified. And that's Jalen Hurts, who, I mean, come on, that offense is terrible this year. Okay, and lost in the first round. It's a natural
step back.
And barely made it.
You can't win a Super Bowl every year.
You can't win a Super Bowl every year. How many divisional championships does he have? Okay. Oh, wait. Has he been to the Super Bowl twice?
The offense looked good this year.
Divisional?
The offense looked good. A.J. Brown was happy. Lots of passing going on down there.
Are we really arguing this?
I'm saying regress. Did the Eagles play good this year?
He didn't regress. His ninth offensive coordinator in 10 years.
Bro, they run the same offense every year, regardless of the coordinator. They run the Jalen Hurts offense, and there's
different terminology to each offense. It could be schematically the same, but there's terminology that he has to memorize and perfect.
I seriously doubt they're changing any terminology. They're making it as simple as possible for old limited Jalen Hurts.
I guess you know their front office very well.
I mean, it just makes sense. Yeah, they hire a different OC every year because it doesn't matter who the OC is. If it mattered, they wouldn't do that.
Who we just listed, Herbert, Stroud, Murray, Tua, Mayfield, Hurts has won a Super Bowl.
The Eagles have won a Super Bowl.
MVP.
The Eagles won a Super Bowl.
Still
with the number one defense.
Wins. Come on, bro.
Okay. You're going to tell me
why are you doing like that? It's just, do you just hate him?
Brandon, San Francisco has gotten rid of Brock Purdy. The choices on the table are Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts. And by the way, Christian McCaffrey is retired. Who are you taking? Hold on,
say that one more time.
They're taking whoever's cheaper.
Purdy and you lost Christian McCaffrey. You have a C running back with a B offensive line, but you have A+ receivers. Do you want Baker Mayfield or Jalen Hurts?
Well, that's Give me Jalen Hurts set up.
Oh, you're going to lose. Okay.
Let me ask you this.
The scenario you said was set up for a Baker Mayfield.
It was set up for Baker.
It's a loaded question, though.
Let me ask you this.
Cheaper. If we're being real, the 49ers are taking who's cheaper.
Can I ask you this?
Sure.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
What has Baker won?
What?
Ooh, he said I'm going with the winner.
Next.
You're telling me Baker Mayfield wasn't going to win with that Eagles team?
He didn't win in college, and he didn't win.
I'll give you 30 quarterbacks that could have won with that Eagles team.
He has not won in college, and he did not win in the pros.
I'll give you 30 quarterbacks that could have won a Super Bowl with that Eagles team. Come on now. Even Baker Mayfield. And I'm just saying.
They ain't giving that boy his credit, man.
Stats were regressed. They were regressed.
Jalen Hurts was like his style.
As the issue.
His style is effective, and it wins games. And he is clutch.
Not this year.
Not clutch?
Not this year.
Okay.
They didn't win a lot of games this year. They were a first round bounce out.
I'm sorry, 10 wins ain't enough.
Only reason they made it to the playoffs is because the Cowboys sucked and couldn't get it done.
Or the fact that they just beat everybody in their division.
Well, the division wasn't very good.
Oh,
you guys went in there and beat them in the playoffs easily.
That's unfortunate.
Oh my gosh! All right,
come on, dude.
My man's an Eagle fan. All right,
I'm not an Eagle fan, but I just know bullshit when I see it, and I know that tape.
What's your biggest?
You're talking about
biggest surprise team?
He removed just like what last year to this day.
I don't care that the Eagles.
How funny the narrative changes.
We all know that Jalen. I've always said that Jalen drove the bus to the Super Bowl. That's great.
He drove it, and he drove.
The Eagles won it, not just Jalen Hurts.
So his performance didn't matter. His clutch third down plays didn't matter. Okay. Yeah, okay.
I mean, his 3rd and 1 tush push.
Come on, bro. Take the bias out. It's a bullshit tape.
Okay.
Come on, bro.
He did regress this year. They're not in the Super Bowl.
Like, come on, bro.
What's your biggest surprise of the year? Your biggest surprise team and or player?
The Bears.
Yes. That's mine too.
That's not a
How did you know?
I mean, it's a good thing, I guess. It's a good thing. I don't know. I just guessed, but they surprised me too. I didn't expect them to be as good as they were. I knew Ben Johnson would have an impact. Yeah. I didn't think Caleb would put the harness on the horse, the saddle. He did it pretty easily. There was no pushback. I thought there would be a little bit more prima donna-ish. That wasn't there. I mean, he did it in a good way. So yeah, for me, I mean, yeah, got to go with the Bears specifically, not just Caleb, but that combo. Yeah. So
I've got Jags. I've got both of them because I was ready to send Caleb in a bus somewhere else. Maybe send him to New York to play with Justin. But now, we don't want Caleb to go anywhere.
Yo, get this. There's people just like you. And let me throw this little nugget in there. Top selling jersey, top 10, Caleb Williams. So the Bears fans finally decided after the Mitchell Trubisky stuff going on, yeah, we're gonna buy these jerseys.
Listen,
it was an interesting list.
It wasn't just the Mitchell Trubisky. It was the Mitchell Trubisky, then the Justin Fields, then the Caleb Williams, and then the Caleb Williams wasn't very good the first year. And then you're thinking, okay, who's the next guy? But guess what? There is no next guy in Chicago because we got our guy. His name is Caleb Williams, and we are very happy.
They bought the jerseys like crazy. Shador was on there, the Pro Bowler.
Oh, we know. Oh, yeah, the Pro Bowler. Okay, go ahead, Brandon. Who was your surprise of the year?
Man, the two teams there in the Super Bowl, the Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots. I mean, expectations, new coaches, right? Obviously, Vrabel's
no surprise.
Good experienced coach, right? He's got a good coaching staff, but you also got a second-year quarterback that's coming in. You got an unknown defense. I think you go to Seattle side, you got a second-year head coach in a tough division. You've got some unknown players, and you got a guy who sees ghosts that you took as a quarterback, and you let Geno go, and you wind up in the Super Bowl. And so Sam Darnold didn't have to play elite, just mistake-free, and I think that's what he's done over the course of this playoffs. And, that coaching staff, both coaching staffs, deserve a lot of credit because no one saw them here. No one. I don't think anyone could predict this Super Bowl.
Once again, the Big Ten taking over.
Besides fandom over here.
I called it. I got proof somewhere in this QB Huddle show.
Of course you called it.
We got to go to the archives.
That was a wish and a hope. That was a wish and a hope when you called it.
Oh, this is what's going to happen. We broke it down.
Let's get into some hot topics. We've got 3 topics that we want to discuss. The first one is a big one. The Hall of Fame has decided that Bill Belichick will not be voted in his first year of eligibility. Now, we've seen this before, and we actually have seen it over and over and over in sports. I'll give you a few examples. Terrell Owens did not make it his first year. Barry Bonds, I still don't think he's in. Pete Rose, right? He couldn't get in. So we've seen this before. The talk is the cheating allegations, all that kind of nonsense.
It's not a talk. We know what's up.
I have a different take.
We know what's up.
I have a different take. I'm not upset that Bill didn't go in his first round because I know he'll get in, right? So I'm not worried that he didn't get in right away.
Terrible excuse.
Is it a little bit of a snub? Maybe. But I want you 2 to go first because I think my take is argumentative.
No, have at it. Have at it.
You want me to go first?
Sure.
Absolutely.
Okay. He won 2 Super Bowls as an assistant. He won 2 Super Bowls as an assistant coach. All right. Those were under the great Bill Parcells. As a head coach, he had really no success until Tom Brady was the head coach of the Patriots, or the quarterback of the Patriots. They went on to win several Super Bowls together. Then Tom Brady left. Then Bill Belichick got fired. What was it? 2 years after Brady was gone, they couldn't make the playoffs. They were
made the playoffs.
100% irrelevant. They were terrible. Let's be honest. They were not a good football team. Bill Belichick now goes to North Carolina, kind of making a clown out of himself in North Carolina. So I think some of those things, they come to arise. Now I'll say this. The voting is broken. The voting is broken because you have one group of humans that is voting on the biggest stage of all time, the Hall of Fame. They need to figure out a better way to do this because there are personal feelings creep into this. There's no way that there isn't. And that's why Bill didn't get in. I think he will, though. So I can't be that upset about it. But I know both of you feel like Bill has been completely slighted by not getting in first ballot. I don't think he should get in until Tom Brady gets in. That's fair to me. Tom Brady's the reason that he's going to get
out longer. That's why he's up first. You had to be out the league for so long. He's just up first. You don't let them both get in. The first 3 Super Bowls, Bill helped build that. He set the stage for a Tom Brady. Tom Brady capitalized on the moment. The first 3 Super Bowls by himself, don't even mention the 2 as the assistant. We don't have to because he still has 6, whether it's with Tom Brady or without Tom Brady. Tom Brady had 1 in a Bucs team that was better than any Patriots team assembled. And that's coming from a Pats fan. That team was built to win right now. Just put a very good quarterback in there. Don't get me wrong. Tom should get in too. But in this case, for the way the Hall of Fame is voting, wouldn't shock me if you let Tom sit 1 year too. Because this is a Patriot thing. Spygate, whatever.
Egregious.
You haven't paid. This is egregious. What are we talking about?
It's not Tom Brady egregious.
In no one's mind. It doesn't matter. He has more Super Bowls than every single organization out there except for the Steelers. Doesn't matter. He's got him as a head coach at the position that we're talking about. This is clearly for Spygate. Harrison hasn't been in either. Kraft should be in. I don't care if he's still acting. He should be in already. These are first ballot guys, owners that are still going. No, it's cool. It's cool. This is a Patriot thing for a while. I don't know, but Tom's going to break it.
I expect you to be upset. Let's see how Brandon feels. You have no stake in this whatsoever.
I have no stake in this, but it's a terrible move. Right. I mean, obviously it's about the scandals, but didn't he win 3 Super Bowls after Spygate and Deflategate? Right. 2 different decades. He's got 6 rings, man. I mean, 2 as an assistant. My thing is the Hall of Fame to me is about telling the NFL story. You cannot tell the NFL story without Bill Belichick. And if he's not in the Hall of Fame, if he's not in the Hall of Fame in the first ballot, well, who the hell is?
Makes me wonder who I've been not paying attention to.
I mean, he is.
Who did I miss? Who else have they missed?
He's the guy. And now Robert Kraft, to me, is the best owner in all of sports, in my opinion, because he does it the right way, regardless of his situation or scandals that he's had operating a business within almost, 4 decades now? I mean, he's a homegrown guy.
You can add the rest of the Steelers players and crap like that.
From the whole Spygate, man, 80s. Most of the coaches do that anyway.
Yeah.
Right? Your guy did it up in Michigan. And if he didn't get voted into the College Football Hall of Fame, you'd feel some type of way. But my thing is Bill Belichick is the standard of a head coach, in my opinion. The way he operates, he operates like a general. And all of his teams have been extremely good, despite, yes, he had Tom Brady. But, hey, he drafted Tom Brady. He gave Tom Brady that chance. He helped develop Tom Brady. So he made Tom who he is. Let's just say it. And Tom took that mentality.
The hard part is you don't want to say it. Yeah.
I have a hard time with that because we're talking about a defensive-minded coach.
You're telling me that Tom's the sheriff. Brady?
You're telling me a defensive-minded head coach created Tom Brady, the best offensive-minded quarterback we've ever had?
He set the stage for him, Tim. You got to think.
For a Tom Brady.
He has the mind of a defensive guy. That is a huge advantage for a quarterback to know how defensive players think. Just because even he attested back Brady's last Super Bowl, he said he knew those defensive players, the Chiefs defensive players, better than they knew themselves. Who did he learn that from? Right? So we have the greatest of all time with 7 rings. Bill Belichick has 8 rings, 2 as an assistant. Come on, man. First ballot. We were all pissed when T.O. didn't get first ballot. You can't sit up there and tell me you don't want 10 personnel and 4 wide and him not being one of those guys. Come on.
I get Tim saying.
So who you want as your coach? Andy
But
Reid?
there's no way to understand.
Or do you want Bill Belichick that can
Well,
build a squad?
I mean, honestly, I'm glad you asked that question, because if T.O.'s on my team and I've got 4 receivers and I've got a great quarterback, I want Andy Reid on the sideline. Are you kidding me? But I'm an offensive guy. I prefer offensive coaches. That's just who I am. I prefer.
And they drafted Brady as this great quarterback, right? They drafted Brady as this great quarterback. No, they would have got a Bledsoe.
Wasn't a great quarterback.
They had Bledsoe. They signed him to a $100 million deal going into that season when he got hurt.
Someone fell into a perfect situation, and it wasn't Bill Belichick.
Oh,
someone created that perfect.
I don't know, man. I feel like Bill's the mastermind. Okay. He's the mastermind of that entire thing.
Built
you go back and watch that Apple series. He's a mastermind of this shit. And Robert
no doubt. Tom took it and ran with it. Tom took it and ran with it as well.
And kept the culture.
Decided, let me carry you now. Let me carry you now, Bill.
All those.
Let me carry you now, Bill. I'll take the pay cut. Spend some more money on that D, because I can do this by myself with Wes Welkers and Danny Amendolas.
Well, you know what he did? Robert Kraft was smart. They built out TB12 for him. That's where that money went, I think. And he was able to spread it around and maximize it. Sorry if it goes viral, y'all. I'm just saying. Sound like a smart business plan to me.
It's great business. It's a great business plan.
So what do you got to say, Tim, about Bill Belichick?
I mean,
I don't want to hear it.
To tell him to wait.
I mean, like I said, it doesn't bother me that he's gonna wait.
That's all.
Does it bother you right now? That statement, mute. You should have a mute button. Where's the? I need an X over you like this.
But guys like Jerry Jones,
sorry,
Hall of Fame, and Robert Kraft's not.
I think that's BS. That's BS. I agree.
It's on the same premises.
Ridiculous, man.
It's the same premises.
Ridiculous.
Okay, well, that's fine. Let's talk about more head coaches and quarterbacks, because this week after the big loss, we have an issue in Denver, folks. We have an alert going on in Denver. Sean Payton comes out, criticizes his quarterback, saying that he was predisposed to these ankle injuries. He got hurt in high school, hurt in college. Bo Nix comes out and says, bullshit. I'm not predisposed. It's nobody's business how many surgeries I've had. And look, we saw them screaming at each other last year on the sidelines. We saw a little bit of it this year. And now this. I get the sense that this is not a copacetic kumbaya type relationship with Sean Payton and Bo Nix. This is not Sean Payton and Drew Bledsoe. Lauren, what are we going to do in Denver with a disconnect between the head coach and the quarterback?
I don't know. It could be, man. But I don't know. I also think this is just Sean Payton's mojo, man. He's got a big ego, and he just stated a fact. He's not wrong. So Bo Nix can be upset all he wants, right? These are facts that he was stating.
Bo Nix says he is wrong.
He just said that he doesn't have the right to say whether he's right or wrong. This is all this is a word game. And I think that they're just two very passionate players. And if you remember, him and Breeze did the same stuff. There's plenty of film of Breeze yelling at Payton on the sideline as well. This is just a Payton type thing, he encourages it. So I don't know if this is smoke and mirrors. I don't know if this is a fallout of the game, but I definitely know he didn't like how much. Did you see all the clips when they showed Bo Nix, watching Stidham play? He didn't celebrate much when that touchdown was thrown. He didn't in the beginning, because it started to look like, oh, hell, this could be a story where I might not have a spot. So maybe there is some hidden underlying things under there, but I think Bo's got at least one more year unless a trade happens. His value's up right now. I don't know if it will stay up, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, Brandon, you can't trade. I mean, it'd be silly to think after we say he's risen to trade Bo Nix, but Sean Payton and him going after each other. And Sean Payton also fired 3 coaches after losing this game. Man, I'm starting to get the feeling, Brandon, Sean Payton is just an asshole. And nobody wants to work with him. What do you think about this situation?
Yeah, I think he's an arrogant, I didn't see too much of that in New Orleans with him and Drew Brees, because Drew Brees always had that, alpha dog mentality, the leader of the crew. I think Sean just used to sit back and call plays and chew juicy fruit. I mean, the fact that he won a Super Bowl, that's great. You had one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. But, yeah, this is some ego stuff. I think when he replaced Breeze with Teddy Bridgewater, and he went on that 7-8-0 run before Teddy got hurt, and then he took Taysom Hill and started to craft him that way as well. I think he felt like, hey, I can fix anybody, right? He started to get the big head a little bit, and you got a guy like Bo who's had a lot of volume in college, but comes in and wants to be his own guy. He's going to stand on business.
A lot of injuries too.
Yeah, he's got injuries, but here's the reality of it. I think you keep that under wraps. Yes, it's emotional. You guys lost, but I think what Bo Nix showed you as a coach that he's got balls of steel, and he is not afraid of the moment. And to me, you should take that as a positive note going in. Now let's just heal up your body, man. Let's not just expose you. Let's go in on this season. Yeah, it sucks, but let's go in on a high note in the offseason, knowing we can get here again. And I think what you did is you set created some controversy within the locker room going into the offseason and the draft, because position of where they have, I'm not sure where their draft picks are, but do you take a younger quarterback?
No. Because
of Bo's injuries. And
here's what I want to know.
Is Bo going to be able to get a fair deal trade despite his injury history? And he's on a rookie deal. So I really think like Sean's arrogance is probably going to move that way. But I just think it just sets a disconnect going into the season, man, the new season.
The comment that sat with me was, had I known that, I wouldn't have drafted him.
See, that's bullshit.
Is he now? Was that him trying to be funny? Because he said that with a straight face.
Yeah, that's something you don't say though.
Yeah, I mean, Lauren,
that dude got you to a AFC title game, and you haven't been there in like damn near 15 years.
He doesn't believe that statement right there. Knew he? So yeah, I don't think Peyton believes that. I think that he could draft another one and be just as good.
Yeah, I think
quarterback play coming out. Man. I don't want to say that he's wrong because of the history you just said. Teddy, Taysom, Breeze, Bo. I'm just saying, Bo Nix is one of the first Oregon quarterbacks that actually has done well. You know, granted, they all bounce around now, so you can't really tie them to one school program. But I think, Bo Nix also has the right to be upset right here. I'm not upset that he's upset. Shoot, fire back. But I don't think it's unrepairable. I think this is also, they both have good egos, so they both also know they probably both have high, pride issues and all that. I think it's fixable, if you ask me. Or if not, here's what I want to know. This will sum it all up from my end. I want to know whose side John Elway's on.
John is gone now.
So
he's not.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he's not there
anymore. I want to know whose side the GM is on this. So one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. I mean, you look at it.
That's what's gonna matter.
He's gonna do it, but I've never seen Bo Nix get into it with his coaches outside of Sean Payton. So there's a common.
I'm taking.
But this is one of those situations where he's the head coach and offensive coordinator.
Yeah, it's a mess. It's a mess. Ugh. They got to fix it. Here's something that I want to ask you guys. I don't even know if you guys know this happened. I'm going to set you guys up maybe to have some fun here, because we know how much you love JJ McCarthy, the both of you. Justin Jefferson asked about Sam Darnold, I think it was yesterday or the day before, and had this to say. I'm interested in your reactions to what Justin Jefferson had to say when asked about Sam Darnold. Please.
There's a part of you feel like, hey, if you ran it back one more year, maybe that could have been you.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I mean, definitely. Especially, everyone knows the difficulty of the quarterback position this year, of how we was dealt it. But of course, having a quarterback that's already had the season under his belt with us, knew the plays, knew the playbook, knew the players, of course, throwing to me, Jordan Addison, TJ Hawkinson, all of these guys. I definitely felt like we would have done better. But it is what it is. It's on to new and better things. But I'm definitely happy and proud for him that he was able to.
So Justin Jefferson thinks if Sam Darnold stayed in Minnesota, perhaps, based on the question that was asked, it would be him in the big game this weekend instead of Seattle. Shots at JJ McCarthy or props to Sam Darnold? Lauren, go.
Yes, props to Sam Darnold. I think I was with it, but at the very end is where it kind of caught me for a loop too, because that's when I cleared up and it was like, okay, he's giving props to Darnold because he said newer and better. So it's a little props to the McCarthy right there, hoping that that's the newer and better. But it would have been cool to run it back with the tuned up car that was already running. But we're on. Right. We did the reset button. So that's kind of bummy. I wanted to hope it was something aggressive because I hope he gets traded. Actually, I want him to go somewhere. So,
okay. Well, I'm sure Minnesota's not listening to
trade.
How did you take what he said, Brandon? He's been in JJ's corner all year. You can tell that if you watch the games, you can tell he's in his corner and he's a good
Right.
teammate. But who knows how he really feels? Shots or props?
I think props. I don't think it's a shot at the young kid. I think it's an obviously no shit. You would be better and with Sam Darnold. It's an obvious, but I think it also goes to show like how mature that response was, despite the little hot take he had. I think JJ's been a great teammate. He's known for being a really good teammate, not a diva receiver compared to 98% of the league. But let's just be honest here. Taking that setback wastes this kid's prime. I mean, it does. And that is something that you got to feel for him. I do hope he gets out. But again, McCarthy's got to grow, man. He's never had this type of volume ever in his life. Will he get better? He will. But I think losing Sam Darnold, that truly hurt because you were a 14-3 team, and now you didn't even make the playoffs. So you tried to finish strong late. But nobody thought Sam was going to be who he is now. And
okay.
I think
That's
it's
fair.
But yeah, it's props.
I think it's props to Sam Darnold as well. And no, you don't let Justin go anywhere because JJ McCarthy is only going to get better. And why take away his number one option, his number one receiver? Why would you do that to the young quarterback? That seems like a terrible idea. That you're waving the white flag before the season starts. Can't do it. Got to leave Justin.
He's
Jefferson
trying to win, Tim. You got to think
at.
he's already tasted the playoffs with a rookie
I
quarterback.
got you. I mean, I bet Josh Allen would take him. I'm sure Josh Allen would take him.
Yeah,
Brock Purdy would take him. And we got a lot of cap.
We got a lot of
cap freed up because of IU.
Okay. Anyway,
Just
listen, we had a bunch of coaching moves.
Lord.
I'm going to run through these coaches' moves because we have a new one, and then I want to know, and I'll tell you my ideas. But who's set up to have the best short-term success and the best long-term success? They could be one and the same, I suppose. But here's who we have: Jesse Minter is now in Baltimore. Kevin Stefanski is taking over in Atlanta. They've also changed their GM, their OC, and their special teams coach in Atlanta. What a mess. Jeff Hafley is in Miami. Mike McDaniel, it's important to note that he is now the offense coordinator for the Chargers. And Jim Harbaugh has only been there a couple years. So he's still kind of new. Todd Monken, who wanted Shador for a long time now, is in Cleveland. Robert Saleh, your guy, Brandon, is in Tennessee. Joe Brady is with Buffalo. He was the OC, now the head coach. John Harbaugh has gone on to the Giants. Mike McCarthy with the Steelers. The Raiders are still looking and searching and hoping to find a coach. I am available if you want to give me a call. And Mike LaFleur. What's that?
I heard Clint Kubiak is expected to sign after the Super Bowl.
Oh, okay. Well, then never mind.
From the Seahawks.
I'll still hand out water in Vegas if you'd like me to. Mike LaFleur, the brother of Matt LaFleur in Green Bay, is taking over in Arizona. He was the offensive coordinator of the Rams for the last 2 seasons under Mike McVay. Mike McVay coaches always seem to get hired, but he will take over in Arizona. I think that just happened yesterday. So I ask you again, who has the best chance to have the short-term impact? And then who has the best chance to have the long-term impact? I'll start. I give Mike McCarthy the best chance to have short-term impact success as long as Aaron Rodgers stays in the fold and the two of them are reunited. And then I give old John Harbaugh to have the best chance to have long-term success there in New York. They have a younger team. They have a franchise quarterback in the building, and you've got a Super Bowl winning coach coming into town. I think John Harbaugh has a chance to have long-term success in New York. And I only say because I know those two the most. Some of these coaches are very, very young outside of Robert Saleh. So those are my two, short-term, long-term. Lo, we'll go to you. Do you have anybody you think is set up for short-term and or long-term success here?
As much as I hate to say it, I don't know if it will, but he should be your boy Stefanski. Yeah, they changed a whole bunch of stuff, but dude, you got Bijan, you got Drake, you got an offensive line that's already built to a lefty, so they'll probably go out and grab a Tua or a Gabriel. They'll bring in another lefty probably. With rumor has it Kirk Cousins is stepping away. Is that what they're saying, that he borderline might not be playing? I'm hearing a lot of chatter that Kirk Cousins might be done with all the movement that's going on. And
he was on CBS. He was on CBS the other day.
So there's a lot of chit chat around with all the movement going on there. Like you said, it's a mess. So, but the players aren't. So Stefanski's going to inherit a Brown similar situation in a division that, I don't know, 8-8-1 or 9-8-1. Yeah. So he with Bijan, you got running back. They were good, man. Kyle Pitts emerging late. So he's kind of short term right away, knows what he's doing. Long term, I'm gonna let you. You better go where I think you go with this, Nuhi. So I'm gonna not go to who I'm thinking of, but I'm going long term, man. I think we're discrediting, or if that's the word, Mike McCarthy. I think he's a long term.
Oh, you think he's long term? Okay.
Yeah, I think Steelers tradition shows, bro. They don't hire long. So long term for now in the NFL, dude, you make it longer than 5 years. That's long term. So yeah, I think he's there for a little while. Good 6 to 8 year plan, something around those lines, to keep the culture going. It's short term and long term. So that's a good one there. And then biggest impact. I'm going McDaniel. McDaniel's the biggest impact. You got a head coach at OC, man. All you have to do is worry about one thing. You have Justin Herbert, not Tua. Yeah, you better do something. So yeah, I think that's going to be they'll benefit the most.
And let me tell you from experience, to go from an offense coordinator to a head coach and go back to an offensive coordinator, how freeing that is mentally. It allows you to really focus on one thing and dive deep. And to me, it was I couldn't have been happier at that move. Brandon, what you got?
Who I have is short term. I have John Harbaugh. And the reason why I say this man's 63 years old, right? And most coaches outside of Tom Coughlin don't last more than 6 years with the Giants. So if you get off to a hot start and a fast start, you might be sustainable, but then you're going to be in 70, dude. You look up at 7 years. You got a young rookie QB. You got a young, hungry defense. They can really maximize on that division right now with all their talent. And you come in, you build a quick culture, right? That's sustainable. But I think he'll be having more short-term success. Now I go to my long-term. Somebody you guys aren't talking about, and this may be a little quick hot take or controversial. I got Joe Brady for long-term. I think this is one of the most underrated hires of the group. And I tell you why. This dates back to 95 when a good old man by the name of John Elway was carrying the team on his back. And he had his offensive coordinator with Dan Reeves, Mike Shanahan, Kyle's daddy. Now he got fired, but he came back. He said their relationship was just so good. Now you take that guy that really molded that quarterback and helped him out. Actually, Joe Brady helped him win the MVP, right? And you keep that guy in-house. I think you can help neutralize. I think that offense just keeps going. I think he's a young, talented coach. Which, by the way, helped groom Joe Burrow, and led on that LSU run. But, man, I think for him, I think it's going to be long-term. I think they're going to see this as Josh's right-hand man, similar to how the old Elway trying to get over the hump and bring his old offensive coordinator buddy, and they go hand in hand and go win a couple of Super Bowls. Wishful thinking, but I do think it's long-term.
I think Lo wanted you to say Robert Saleh.
Yes.
No. And I tell you why. I love the hire of Robert Saleh. I think he gets a second chance, similar to what Vrabel did, but he's going to have coaches that are going to leave him. The offensive coordinator is Brian Daboll. If they get some things rolling in motion, he's probably going to have another head coaching opportunity. So I don't think that's long term. And then you have
I don't think that was meant to be, but Saleh is a long-term guy that is going to – I think that he learned to let people do his job. That's what he learned with the Jets.
I know, but he's stepping into a whole new thing compared to what Joe Brady and Josh Allen already have built.
That's true.
Fair. I don't like the I don't hate the take on Brady. I love it. Joe Brady. I love it.
Yeah, man.
To me, I can see it happening.
I hope you're right about Joe Brady. I hope you're right about Joe Brady.
Change too much. You go into the offseason more
younger.
It's
the buddy hire. It's the buddy hire. The buddy of who? The buddy of the best player on this freaking team.
Hey, well, if you go back to
and the MVP of the league,
Mike Shanahan and John Elway, that was his buddy. And look how it turned
out. That's true. That's true. Who do you
Vrabel's
guys
buddy of craft?
I was like, damn, that's
Vrabel's buddy of craft.
QB huddlers, who do you think, which coaching move will have the biggest impact? Let us know in the comments. Guys, we're almost out of here, but just for fun, I looked up a few trivia questions, and I want to know how smart Brandon and Lo are. Listen, I'm doing this every day on my TikTok, right? So look me up, Tim Jitsu, TikTok. If you find me there, I'm doing trivia every single morning today. For the trivia question I asked, I'm giving away a QB Huddle sweatshirt for the person that answers it first correctly. So here we go. Brandon and Lowe.
Nice.
Which quarterback led the only NFL undefeated team to a win in the Super Bowl?
Greasy.
Very good. What team did he play for? What year was it?
Miami Dolphins, 1972.
That's right, the year I was born. It's only
Couldn't tell
fitting
you the
that we
year.
had the only
Damn!
undefeated Super Bowl winning team the year
Good old
that I was
Bob
born.
Greasy. From
Congratulations. I can't believe you got that one right. I
Couldn't
expect you
tell
to
you the
get one
year.
of these right, but not that one. Wow. All right. Question number 2, and Lo, you've got to get this right. Which quarterback threw for the most yards in a single Super Bowl game?
Tom Brady.
That's correct.
Our show.
The
I was about to say
Eagles
our show. The reason why we have a show. That guy.
Only problem is
Lowe knew that.
he had 504 yards and a loss.
Lowe knew that.
I was about to say the
lost.
nugget is he lost. I was about to say
He
that.
lost this game. Oh my goodness. Okay. Here you go, Brandon. I think you're actually gonna get this wrong because I think you're gonna choose the wrong guy.
All
Who
right.
was the first left-handed quarterback to win a Super Bowl? Everybody, Brandon is a lefty. So this is right in his wheelhouse. Who's the first left-handed quarterback? There's been 2. I'll give you a hint. There's been 2 left-handers to win a Super Bowl as a starting quarterback.
Is this like dated back to the 60s or 50s?
I'm not going to tell you when it was. I'm asking you
I
to
know
tell me
one is
who it
Steve
was.
Young, obviously, but he's not the first.
No.
He's not the first, but
No,
he's
it
one.
was-
He's not. Is it the guy from Chicago, the big lefty?
No.
Dick Buckus years?
No. He played for the Los Angeles Raiders. Well, I guess it would have been the Oakland Raiders. He played for the Oakland Raiders. Did he play
Ken
Los
Stabler.
Angeles as well? Ken Stabler is correct.
The
Had to
snake.
give you the hint. There he is.
Lefty?
There he is,
Lefty?
man. There he is.
There he is. Oh, Kenny Stabler. That's before the long hair and the
Oh,
beard and
Kenny.
all that good stuff. How about
Appreciate
that?
the
I got
layup,
one
Tim.
more. I got one more for y'all. Which quarterback had the least amount of passing yards in the Super Bowl? Did he
Ben
win?
Roethlisberger.
And how many? Nope. Quarterback to have the least amount of yards. Don't look it up, Lo. Don't use those
Not-
meta glasses to try to figure out the
They're
right
not
answer.
listening right now. No, I'm thinking. I got a couple guesses.
Okay. Well, give me a guess.
Trent Dilfer.
You'll never get this one.
Brad Johnson.
Nope.
He said never get this one. Okay.
Did
Read
they
the
Never
question
gonna
one more
get it,
time.
never get it.
Least
What'd you
amount of
say?
yards, right? Least amount
least
of yards.
amount of
win the Super
yards.
Bowl?
They did not win this game.
I would hope not. Yikes.
Okay.
John Elway.
Craig Morton, who played for the
Yeah.
Denver Broncos against the Dallas Cowboys, went 4 for 15 for 39 yards and
He
4
played the whole game?
interceptions. Welcome to the worst quarterback in the history of the Super Bowl.
In a
Hey,
Super
why do you have
Bowl?
John Elway a 7 on? Well,
And
that
he has
7's
yes,
unlucky.
the original Elway right there. There he is. How about that?
Dang.
Craig
That's
Morton with the
unreal.
Denver Broncos. 4 for 15 for 39 yards, and then he was yanked after his
They
fourth
had to
interception.
change those jerseys for them to win, man.
Uncle Rico.
Ooh-wee. I like that. You guys like that? Listen, every single
fun.
That
day
was tough,
on my
man.
TikTok, I got to make sure that I'm giving everybody my right TikTok name because sometimes I'm
We're not
tripping.
born
Tim
with
Jitsu
praise.
is my right TikTok name. Be sure to come out. Hey, folks, you know what it is. W. If you are sleepy, if you are tired, if you've had a long day, if you need a pick me up after lunch, get you a doobie or a W. This is a W. Doobies might put you to sleep. W will wake you up. You can get it at I can't even talk. You can get this at w.gg
What's in the W?
/discount /QB Huddle. It's genderless. It's good for you. It keeps you awake and alert. You can click on the barcode and you can get yourself some. Guys, we're going to come back Sunday morning. We'll be on. It'll be a quick one. We're going to come in. We're going to break down the game and we're going to get out and let the professionals start talking at around 2:00 when they do their pregame. We're going to come on at 9:30 on Sunday. Before we do that, Brandon and Lowe, any final words? as we go on to enjoy the rest of our Tuesday and watch the Pro Bowl tonight and Shador Sanders in his flag football debut.
Shador to the Pro Bowl.
They got to get rid of this, man. They just do. Bring back the QB.
I'm gonna try to have fun with it. I'm gonna try to use it to try to get my kid more involved in the NFL. Watch more football games with me. He's tuned in because all this week, little kids at elementary school, I won't say which one. Apparently, there's a lot of Seahawks fans, and Noah finally decided to stress his opinion as a Pats fan. And there's he got a new friend now, so that's always fun, Made a new friend because that guy's a Pats fan. So, yeah, man, this is that week. I do have a dog in the fight, and it feels freaking great. Season recap, QB Huddle. I thought it was great here. Looks like I get a little, I don't know, I need something that's always above me now because my team made it. All right, we got to have Super Bowl pick'ems, and I picked the homer this year, okay? Okay, we'll start fresh next year.
The first season of QB Huddle, the Niners made it too.
Then you get one too. Sorry, Tim. Bears and Dallas haven't, won in this. Yeah, they haven't gotten to it yet.
What are you going to do? You can't win them all, or in my case, any of them. So that's fine. I guess that's going to do it for us today in this edition of the QB Huddle Podcast in our 2025 season recap, although we will go much deeper dive into the season recap a week or two after the Super Bowl takes place. Thank you to our producer, Brandon Franklin and New Era Media. Thank you to allaccessfootball.com and a shout out to our network partners at FanStream Sports. We will be back Sunday morning right here at 9:30. And we'll see you then. Until Sunday, enjoy Super Bowl week and keep those things moving. First down.